What's up? What's happening? What is popping? What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another great edition of Symone with the Sports. I'm Symone, bringing you guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're older here and haven't already subscribed to my channel, stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first one is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Symone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, and the flower dye crew neck. But y'all, if you have not done anything else, turn your notification bells on right now so you don't miss a single video or a single live stream, and we will be going live more in the month of May, so make sure you have those notification bells on. But guys, you have seen the title, you have seen the thumbnail. Let's get into the new look defensive back room for the Eagles. The Eagles defensive back room, the Eagles production in the secondary last season was abysmal, okay? And I'm feeling like we're going worst to first this season with the additions that we made. But with some additions, with some departures, comes a new look secondary. And a lot of questions are coming out of this because a lot of guys are not going to be on this team next season after training camp. It's going to be a lot of cuts. It's going to be a lot of hard decisions made. And that is going to come, of course, after training camp. But we can go ahead and speculate on what this secondary could look like. Who could possibly be out with these new additions that's coming in. So I know I have a lot of new subscribers. What's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna just let you guys know right now, and all the people that's been on the page pretty much already knows this. It's not gonna be a lot of graphics on this channel. I don't usually do a lot of graphics on this page. Think of this as like a podcast or just chilling, chopping it up with your girl Symone with the Sports. But since I love y'all so much, if y'all really want some graphics on here, let me know and I can make it happen. But like I said, it's really more so just a conversation, just chopping it up. But I do understand how a visual could help you guys and us be on the same page. So if y'all really want graphics, let me know. And we can talk about making that yapping. But let's go ahead. First, we're going to start and talk about the new additions to this team. And then we're going to talk about the guys that departed on this team. And then we're going to talk about projected, what the projected defense could look like post training camp. So let's go ahead and start talking about this rebuilded secondary. So departures in free agency. Kevin Byard left. Bradley Roby, safety. So 3 safeties left. Kevin Byard left. Okay. Secondary about to look different. Bradley Roby left. He's still a free agent, but he hasn't been re-signed, and there's no point in re-signing him at this point. Justin Evans left. Okay. So that's 3 safeties from last season. That's gone, baby. Safety room about to look totally different. So 3 safeties gone, departed. Byard, Roby, Justin Evans. Now, let's talk about the additions to this secondary. In the draft, we added cornerback Quinyon Mitchell, and we added Swiss Army knife defensive back Cooper Dejean in round 1 and round 2. This offseason, we also signed CJGJ, my favorite Eagle. Y'all already know how I feel about CJGJ. CJGJ signed back in the fold. I already know CJGJ is loving the draft picks, loving these new additions to the secondary. He already been tweeting about Quinyon and all that. So CJGJ back. So a new addition from last season, we reinstated Isaiah Rodgers. So Isaiah Rodgers was on the team last season, but he was not playing. He was a non-factor. He was suspended. So I'm counting Isaiah Rodgers as a new addition. So already from last season to this season, it's a lot of changes. Byard, Roby, Justin Evans, gone, okay? And then we added Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper Dejean, CJGJ, and Isaiah Rodgers. So let's talk about the guys that stayed, okay? Let's talk about the guys that have now stayed, and then we will go into my projected starting secondary and what cuts and stuff I think will need to be made. So, who stayed, okay? Slay, big play Slay, Bradbury, Zach McPherson, Keely Ringo, Tristan McCullum, Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown. I'm counting Avonte Maddox as stayed. He was here last season, waived, but he's back this season. So Avonte Maddox stayed. That's a guy who was here last season. That's going to be here this season. Avonte Maddox, Eli Ricks, Mario Goodrich, Tyler Hall. So since that's a long list, I'm going to read that again. Guys who stayed and at this point will be entering training camp again with the Eagles. Slay, Bradbury, Zach McPherson, Keely Ringo, Tristan McCullum, Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown, Avonte Maddox, Eli Ricks, Mario Goodrich, and Tyler Hall. There's a lot of guys that were like practice squad-ish players that I might have missed, but y'all gonna let me know that in the comments. So revamped secondary. So 3 guys departed from the secondary. 4 guys were added as additions to the secondary, in addition to all these players that stayed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 guys retained at this point. 3 guys left, and there were 4 additions. So with additions, baby, it's got to be some subtractions. Y'all know math. Y'all know algebra. A lot of these players that I read off on the stayed list will not be suiting up in that midnight green come September. Now, the fun part is who's starting? Who's going to play where? That's the fun part, because we have a lot of versatile guys on this defense. One of the things I love about our additions this offseason, we added a lot of guys that are Swiss Army knives, a lot of guys that can line up in the slot, that can line up on the outside, that can line up at safety, that can contribute to us on special teams. We added a lot of versatile pieces this offseason. So when we're looking at this base defense, it could look a lot of different ways. So I want y'all to let me know in the comments where y'all think, what y'all think the base defense is going to look like for the secondary. And I'm going to let y'all know what I think. Y'all let me know in the comments. And then we're going to get into, obviously, a couple of questions that I have. And then we're going to get into guys that I think will be cut. But it's a lot of questions, y'all. We're going to get into it. It's a lot of questions. So let's go ahead with the projected starters, in my opinion. Cornerback 1. Darius Slay, big play Slay, holding the fort down, still cheesing, still getting them picks, you know what I'm saying? Cornerback 2, Quinyon Mitchell. I love the fact that we're coming out of this draft with a starting cornerback. You know what I'm saying? That's a draft I like, okay? So, cornerback 2, big play Slay, and in the future, Quinyon Mitchell on the outside, lining up together. Now, free safety, Reed Blankenship, strong safety, CJGJ. So when we're looking at this base defense, just starting with the cornerbacks and the safeties, it's what's popping out to me. Okay, let me go ahead and throw in the slot Avonte Maddox. What's popping out to me, y'all, is continuity. Just on our Super Bowl run, when we just had our Super Bowl run, there is so much continuity already coming back on this team. Slay, Blankenship, CJGJ, and Maddox was all playing together on that Super Bowl run that we just had, and they were all playing at their best. So then we add in big dog status, Quinyon Mitchell. So we already, even though we have a lot of additions, even though it's going to be a lot of changes, there still is a lot of familiarity and continuity on the team when we're talking about the starting secondary, and that's going to be big because we know the communication factor is so big in the secondary. So that's what I think. I think it's going to be Slay, Mitchell, safeties, Blankenship, CJGJ, Maddox in the slot. Y'all let me know. A lot of questions come in after that. Like, a lot of questions, y'all. It's a lot of questions. And so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so obviously Isaiah Rodgers is somebody who could play on the outside, and Isaiah Rodgers can play in the slot as well. So that's a guy who's going to be like rotating, I feel like, depth piece when it comes to slot and outside, and also special teams as well. So Isaiah Rodgers is kind of like that floating guy, slot, outside corner, special teams, depth. Cooper Dejean is somebody who could come in and play safety. Can also be a special teamer for us as well. So he can play in the slot. So Cooper Dejean is going to, and in my opinion, is going to be floating between the slot, safety, and then also special teams. So I feel like the 2 floaters are going to be Isaiah Rodgers and Cooper Dejean. And again, I really love the flexibility that we have with these defensive backs. Same with CJGJ. Even though CJGJ is going to be starting strong safety, CJGJ can also slide in the slot as well. So we have so much versatility between Cooper Dejean, Isaiah Rodgers, and CJGJ, which is huge. I love that. Especially, God forbid, injuries. It's still a lot of flexibility that we can have because you do have to account for injuries as well. So let's go ahead and get into the biggest question marks, y'all. It's so many goddamn questions, okay? So who should stay? Who should go? Who's going, okay? Because it's only a certain amount of roster spots. Everybody can't make the roster, okay? This a big dog status roster, okay? Everybody can't make the roster, and I'm stressed, okay? So let's get into my questions. Y'all literally got them right here. So, Zach McPherson and Josh Jobe. Josh Jobe was terrible. He was good on special teams, but he was terrible on defense. And I don't want to see Josh Jobe ever playing corner. I don't want to see Josh Jobe on the field on defense. But Josh Jobe was good on special teams. But so was Zach McPherson. So when it's come down to cuts, but Zach McPherson is coming off a season-ending injury. So there's a question there. Do we cut Josh Jobe? Do we cut Zach McPherson? Honestly, if in my opinion, I'm cutting Josh Jobe and keeping Zach McPherson. Zach McPherson has, even though he was injured all last season, shown so much more, in my opinion, and he's someone who's been with the team for a long time. So when it comes down to cuts, honestly, I'm cutting Josh Jobe over Zach McPherson when it comes to the special teams. Y'all let me know which one y'all would do. A big question. Eli Ricks. Eli Ricks, we saw a lot of good things from Eli Ricks. But again, everybody can't make the roster. In my opinion, I'm keeping Eli Ricks at least on the practice squad. But Eli Ricks is somebody who could... That's a big question. What do we do with Eli Ricks, y'all? What do we do with Eli Ricks? I want to keep him around, but I know it's only limited spots. We're going to get back to Eli Ricks. Y'all let me know. Bradbury is the biggest problem. Cutting Bradbury wastes so much money, but I would rather keep a young Eli Ricks over an old Bradbury. So we have a big question there. Bradbury, Ricks, what do we do? Take that dead cap hit, take that dead cap space by cutting Bradbury and keeping a young dog in Eli Ricks? Honestly, I would rather keep Eli Ricks and cut Bradbury if that's possible. Y'all let me know. But Mario Goodrich, I feel like gone. Tyler Hall, gone. Tristan McCullum, gone. Like I said, big question between Jobe and Zach McPherson. I will keep Zach McPherson for special teams and let Josh Jobe be gone. But like I said, in an ideal world, I would have Bradbury gone and I would keep Eli Ricks. That's a lot of information. And again, we're going to be talking about this a lot. This is my initial discussion on this. There'll be a lot more conversation when we get to training camp and all that. But that's what I think. Y'all let me know. What do y'all think? Who do y'all think is gone? When my questions around Josh Jobe versus Zach McPherson, special teams wise, who would you keep? Eli Ricks, I want him on this roster. Young dog on this roster. Let me know. Oh, I didn't address Keely Ringo. Keely Ringo is obviously staying as a backup corner. I'm so sorry I didn't address Keely Ringo. Keely Ringo is staying as a backup corner. So sorry I did not address him. But I want to keep Eli Ricks over Bradbury. But again, Bradbury has that cap hit. But I think ideal would be letting Bradbury go and being able to keep Eli Ricks in some capacity, whether it's practice squad or whether he could be on the 53 in the depth format. But like I said, I forgot to add Keely Ringo as a backup corner, but Keely Ringo is definitely being added as a backup corner. So Ringo, Rogers, Dejean, CJGJ, Blankenship, Quinyon Mitchell, Darius Slay, Avonte Maddox are my 53-man defensive back room. So I'll read that again. 53-man defensive back room. Slay, Mitchell, Blankenship, CJGJ, Maddox, Rogers, Ringo, and Cooper Dejean. So that's 8. I don't know if we carry 9. If we can, I would love for that to be Eli Ricks and being able to cut Bradbury. But Bradbury is just so much bad business with that because it's just so complicated getting rid of Bradbury. But y'all, like I said, this is just initial discussion on the topic. We still have training camp, mini camp, all types of camps. Preseason gonna show a lot. We already know last season preseason showed a lot. This is just an initial discussion. So y'all let me know what y'all think. What do y'all agree with? What don't y'all agree with? Who do y'all see being the starters? Who do y'all see being the backups? Who do y'all see being cut? Let me know. But make sure you like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. And keep rocking with me. Bye.